Hello everyone, it's the holidays and I'm doing a little decorating. This is my box of goodies, my Christmas decorations and other holiday related stuff. Box full of lights, and these are actually vintage Christmas lights that I bought at a local antique mall. And also some of them were given to me once my family found out I was collecting these. So I have like this collection of these old lights of different brands, and I'm not quite sure how old these are, but I'm guessing based on some of the illustrations on the boxes that they're maybe 1960s or 70s. Like, for example, Timco electric window candolier complete with bulbs. Bulbs are stored in compartment under base and their address. Now, let me see. Here's the bulbs that come with it right here in this little package. And you can see I have some different color bulbs that I've been using. So there's one of those. There's a bunch more in here. There's another one. Oh, this is also the same brand. Let me see, make sure I get this in shot better. Timco, if one goes out, the rest stay lit, exclamation mark. I guess that's their catchphrase, huh? 3-light electric with like lightning bolts candelier complete with bulbs. This one doesn't look like it has the original bulbs in it anymore. Let me see here. Yeah, that looks very 60s. So I'm guessing this is probably an older one, and the design of the base. These have changed a little bit over the years. I bought one of these at Target maybe 10 years ago, and it came in a purple box, and I've misplaced those because I kind of want the vintage ones. But so there's another one of those. I'll put that aside. And another one. Let's see. Oh, this is really old. Check this out. Let me see if I can get that in view really well. So, and try to take advantage of the lighting here, which is courtesy of the sun. This is a different brand. It's not the same brand. 3-light candelier, gleaming plastic, complete with lamps and cord. Lamps, I guess they mean light bulbs. And they're showing a little illustration of what it's supposed to look like. Made by Ray Light Electric Corp, Bronx, New York. With a Bronx, yeah, New York City. Interesting. And Sterling. Sterling is the company that makes this one, number 1253. And so here is a view, and it looks like I bought it at a shop for $7.95 a few years ago. The box is kind of falling apart, but I'll put that aside. And next is my favorite of all, the Sterling vinyl wreath. Vinyl. They're even bragging about it being vinyl. And it's basically this Christmas wreath that has a little candlelight, like one of these, inside in the middle of the wreath here. And of course it illustrate the cord, and there's the cord. You know, that's a 1960s safety cord there for you. Guaranteed to not start a fire, and you can see the vinyl. But I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put this up and show you what that looks like when it's hanging in the window. It's actually really pretty, this one. And I think that the bulb that I have with it is the original bulb. So there's that. Let's see. And just to make it really super authentic with the bulbs with these, this is actually an old vintage light bulb as well, because some years ago when I was shopping for these at the antique mall, somebody was selling this jar of old bulbs. So I have an actual jar of ancient light bulbs. So what I'm going to do is test some of these out and see if they work in some of the lights. That's the only real way to do it with these, is you just have to like switch them out and see which ones work. And I already know which ones are blown, like by the shape of some of them, just from years past. So some of these are already blown, but yeah, it's just a little collection of colorful light bulbs in there. And let's make sure it doesn't break. This one is not one I bought. This is actually, my family had these. I recognize the base. This is the style that we had when I was a kid. So these are probably like, I don't know, 78 to 83 style maybe. And the even older ones that I have right here, then it's a Royal Light. Make sure I get it in the picture really well. Royal Light with Santa Claus, deluxe Christmas candle, molded of lustrous plastic. That's supposed to be what it looks like. And I have two that are stuffed in here. Let me pull them out. Hit the camera. All right, so here's one of them. And I can say that the style, or the plastic that they used back in the old days was far superior to what they have today. Now, the light bulb's not cracked. It's actually just some of the paint is scraped off. And there's some melty marks on here from the wire being wrapped around it. I don't know exactly how that would have happened, but maybe there must be a charge in here somehow in the cord. But so there's got a little damage on it, but the base you can see is quite different. It's a different style. And there's another one in here. I think it's the same kind, yeah, it's the same exact thing. So there's that. Put that aside. I have a few those, so I'll set those aside. Here is this is actually the Target brand candolier, which is a slightly newer model. And actually the quality of plastic is not bad. It's a little more flexible, and the base, you can see the base is a little bit different on this one. So this is sort of a maybe 2000s, 2007 or so, 2009 style one of these. And I don't remember how much it costs. Probably same type of money. And you can see the plug. It's much safer style plug with all kinds of health and safety warnings on there. But I only have like one window. I have two windows, but I mean I have one window with a ledge on it that I can use these. So I don't usually use this one anymore. I like to use the vintage ones. And there's another one that I'm going to test out, which I think my mom gave this to me because she just found it in a store, and it had a warning on it saying it didn't work. And I'm going to see if I can get it working, but check this baby out. It's an 8-light candelier. They call it a candelier. It's not really a candelabra, is it? But the bulbs are so old that the paint has worn off of some of them. And when I plug this one in, it definitely does not work. I love the style of the base on this. So this is an oldie. This is definitely like kind of a 1960s style candlelight. Lovely. Some of the cords are falling out here. Yeah, it's kind of shoddy the way this is built. There's the light, the cord. Maybe there's a reason it doesn't work. Maybe this cord shouldn't be twisted like that. But I'm gonna test this baby out a little bit later and see if I can get it working. So we've seen the Royal Light candle light right there, and the jar of bulbs, which is right here. And I'll be checking some of those out. I might try them out with that big light right there, see if I can get that going. And so the lights that I've had, okay. So these are the style of lights I have hanging outside that are out on the balcony. They're C7 lights. And this is the older style. I think this style box differs a little bit from this style box, which is, I just bought this year. So this must be the 2020 version of these, and it's the same, the C7 lights. 25 multicolor. And they're incandescent. So yeah, I'm really old-fashioned when it comes to my lighting. I love my incandescent bulbs. I hate LEDs. I'm now just poaching this one here for extra bulbs because there's so many blown bulbs in it. That's why I got a new set. So I have like 4 boxes of these. I only use 2 per year, but one feature of these that is, I'm not really very good with electrical stuff, but there is a fuse in these. Now, incandescents are a little more difficult to use than these LEDs. Guaranteed, if you walk up to these outside to plug them in after walking across the carpet and then you just grab onto them and plug them in, yeah, you're going to blow the fuse. The fuses are located right here in this inside the plug, and you have to actually push this to open it. It's actually kind of difficult. Okay, I got it. So see how this opens up, and then inside there is this fuse, and I have a bunch of them. That's actually what they are. And you can tell it's blown because it's discolored. And this is probably this might be a new one, but there's always an extra one. You know, electricians are kind of nice. They always put a little extra in there for you. So there's an extra one in each one. So I've also poached the fuse out of here for my other lights in case a fuse goes. Okay, so these are the 3 that I've decided to use this year. The Timco 3-light electric window candolier, which I'll put in the bedroom. And then a second one, actually, the window has 2 sides, so I can use 2. And the one below it, which is the traditional ranch house on the box, that's definitely very 60s. And then, of course, the vinyl wreath that I'll hang up right here on the window where my stained glass is right now. But I'll take the stained glass down. Oh, there's the sun. Once the sun gets a little bit lower. Okay, so I have here the vinyl wreath that I said I was going to use earlier. And I'm going to get this out of the box. Okay, so what I do with it is I put a string. It doesn't come with this, but I put a string around the wreath to actually hang it up here. And so this is what it looks like. It's unlit. This is it, and that's the light right there, and the cord. And on the front of this, there's like it's actually made of paper. It's kind of delicate. The holly leaves, maybe. It's since the 60s been there. This is the vinyl, so this is actually all vinyl. It's red. So pretty thing, actually. So I'm going to take that down. So it's a little bit low. I'm gonna move this up to here. Okay. All right, there it is. So that's what it looks like. And I've just realized that I forgot my extension cord. So I'm gonna use the extension cord outside to try and plug it in without knocking this thing over. Oh, please reach. It's gonna like just barely reach. Okay. All right, there it is. It's being pulled a little bit because of the extension cord, but I'm only using that to demonstrate what it looks like, just so that you can see. And it actually is visible from pretty far away. I've tested this before, as long as I hang it high enough. I think that's about the height. And it will fall in the center of these. It's a 3-section glass window. Okay, so light repair, if I can actually do it. I just plugged this one in and figured out that this one works. This light bulb works. So I'm going to use this light bulb, this white light bulb, and just change it to each one of these one at a time to see if one of the bulbs, because if 2 of them are blown, I'd probably never figure it out. That's a few too many chances. But if it's just one of them that's blown, then I might be able to do it this way. So one, let's see if that was the one. Okay, so I have taken out of the jar of bulbs because this bulb is too big for this fitting. So I have there's three. There's three, here they are. They're like Christmas tree shaped bulbs that are the same style as the bulb that's in there now. So I'm gonna actually have to test all of these because I don't know if any of them actually work. So, okay, folks, well, I tried all three of these bulbs in each one of these candles and switched them every one of these into each one, and none of them worked. So this light is still a boat anchor, but because it's so ancient, they're GE bulbs. It actually says GE on them. But okay, well, that didn't work. Disappointment. Okay, so I have the Timco one right here, which I've put the red bulb. I got that out of the jar and put it in there, and the blue and green one were already there. I'm going to put that one right there. And then I have the Sterling chandelier that I showed earlier, which I think this is truly the oldest one that I have. It's probably 1960s vintage light. It comes out pretty easily. It just slides out the bottom of the box. Put the box over here. And there used to be, oh, there they are. So the way this works is the box, it's really falling apart, but the box is like this, and in the top, because this is the top, when you open it, the way they designed it is that the lights are right there. That's where they put them, and I believe I do use a couple of those bulbs. So that's what it comes with. It comes with reds, and the Timco ones come with an orange bulb. So I'm gonna grab one of these. So I think red, green, and blue will be the colors that I use, or else I could make this one just all red, but that would look kind of weird. Okay, so here's the blue one I'll put in here. I got this out of the jar, so that's like a really old bulb. And then I have this green, which I don't know if this one works, but I will, it's a clear one, so I have another set of bulbs that are vintage bulbs. Oh, the green didn't work. Okay, well. Okay. I can barely get it in front of the... It's when you try to film these on a camera, it'll actually show the red as like a kind of orangey, so I think that's what it looks like to me on here. Is it makes it look a little orange, and this green is a newer green because it's a little more of a pointy, and the old bulbs are kind of more rounded on top. You can probably tell. So what I'm going to do now that I know these work. Okay, done. There they are. So I have a vintage green bulb on this one here, and it's the only one that worked. And when I screwed in this one, which I think was like the last really good green bulb from the little jar, and I hope it's not because I scraped my feet across the carpet, but I screwed it in and it actually flashed. So that's the end of that bulb. And the Westinghouse bulbs are actually not. They are sort of the more modern style. It's a little more pointy than this is the vintage one, which is more of a different, you can see it's a different shape. So I don't think, even though it's out of this Westinghouse package, I don't think that these are actually all of that old. They could just be maybe 10 or 15 years old. But there they are, and there is the sunset. It's only a few days before the shortest day, a few days before Christmas. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas as well as Happy Hanukkah and a safe and happy holiday season no matter what you celebrate this year. Be happy and safe, and thank you for joining me in this video, and I hope to see you all again soon.